Spring market is here. It is in full force. Everything is up. Prices, sales, listings, inventory. But the real question everyone wondering is this. Is this uptick a normal seasonal spring market trend that we haven't seen in 3 years? Or is it the start of another bull run? Because it makes no sense right now, logically, why real estate prices is so active with 5% mortgage rates, right? That's what everyone is asking. Is this Toronto market defying logic and rationale again? Yeah, I'm gonna be breaking this down to the latest numbers to give you what's going on, my thoughts of what the data is presenting, so make sure you stay tuned. And if you're looking for some help on how to navigate this real estate market, and you're looking for someone who knows what's going on, the trends, and where potentially the market is heading, you can book a call with me using the link that's right here. It's www.chatwithzen.com. Simply click on the date and a time that works best for you. And then when you see the prompt, fill in your name, email, mobile phone number, and the question you have for me, and then we'll chat then. Good day, Toronto. Welcome to another episode of Prime Properties TV. My name is Zen, and I run and operate a RE/MAX in the greater Toronto area on top of making awesome educational real estate content just like this one for you. And if you're enjoying some of the content I'm putting out there, educating you on what's going on in the real estate market, whether you're buying, selling, or investing, make sure you spread that knowledge out there by smashing the like button and subscribing to the Prime Properties channel, because it would much be appreciated so that we can help grow this channel to educate a lot of the consumers out there about what actually is happening with the real estate market. And, you know, especially if you're on like a real estate journey or just generally curious about what's happening in the real estate market, get some good information and not just the headlines. The latest numbers for April are in, and is this a seasonal uptick or the start of bull run? Yeah. My answer is the same as last month in March when the numbers came out, and it looks like it's a seasonal normal bump. But I will say, very big but, all the numbers are above the seasonal norm on a month-to-month basis. Now, it's not like it's crazy high or like much higher than the seasonal norm, but everything is above the trend line of where it should be, historically speaking. If we see something similar to this at the, call it end of May, when we're leading into the summer, it'll be an interesting new theory that I may have, but for the time being right now, from the looks of it, this is still very much a seasonal norm in my books, right? But just with very low inventory. So let's break down the numbers. So your average price is about 1.153. So you're up 4% from last month. This is well above the norm, which is around 2% normally, but more on that a little bit later. Sales are at like 7,500, up like 9.2% from last month. And new listings aren't going up substantially neither, and neither are active listings. So they're hovering around the same when it actually should be increasing this month, despite that sales are actually ultimately going up, which makes our months of inventory go down, and we're at like 1.377. 1.377 is a very intense seller's market. And like I was saying in the intro, everything is up. Prices in every micro market are up from last month. Months of inventory is down again some more. Now, all micro markets are now below 2 months of inventory, including the condos, and the semis in the 4 and 6, so Toronto proper and 905 in the GTA, are both below 1 month of inventory, and so are towns in the 905. It's getting insane how little inventory there is. And like I was saying earlier, even condo inventory is going down right now when we all thought it may go up. But this is mostly normal. Let me give you a quick recap of how volatile our market has been before I explain to you why this is normal. So you look at this chart over here, you can see that prices on average are up 4% in the GTA, and we're now back to prices that are around June 2022 pricing, right? It's been up 3 months in a row now, so kind of a trend. Now, do keep in mind, prices are still down year over year about 9%. I think it's like 8.77. But we're getting close to the months where we may actually be up year over year. And if the market continues behaving this way, like a spring seasonal type of behavior, I suspect that month could be June or July. And when that happens, the narrative in the media may flip, because right now the media is talking about how there are no houses to buy and how nobody is actually building these homes, on top of how silly the immigration numbers are right now. So those three things definitely doesn't help taper down demand for sure in this already low inventory spring market. So here are the charts I'm looking at to compare how we're doing on like a seasonal basis relative to the rest of the year because there's seasonal swings in real estate market, right? So this is why I'm looking at a change in a change. So you can see that normally in April, prices go up about 2% from last month, 2.06% to be precise in the last 20 months as a trend. We're at 4% right now, which is why I'm saying it's abnormally high, 2 times as high. Now, keep in mind, there are nuances because April includes the month of April 2020, which was the biggest month drop in price because of the pandemic. But even if I take out that outlier of the equation, we're still hovering around 2.5%. So yes, prices are increasing at an abnormally high rate given where mortgages are right now. Like the best thing I've seen for like an end user conventional mortgage is like 4.79%. And it's the same story as last month, right? It's because we're not getting enough new listings. Nobody is selling. You can see in this chart over here, the month over month change well below the average new listings that we should be getting coming from March. Normally, it's like a 4% increase. This year, it's 1.61 increase. And you have to keep in mind, March was abysmally low, meaning we're coming from a low base. So it's February and January, like 23-year low in this kind of average right now. So this is why it's so bad. This is exactly why the month of inventory is so low right now. Nothing to buy, no one selling. This is the same month of inventory as in July 2020, right after the first lockdown, and the rates dropped like crazy, to give you some context of what kind of market we're in right now from an inventory perspective. But here we are right now. Mortgage rates are at 5% instead of 2%, and the month of inventory is this low because nobody is selling. Where are these panic buyers people are talking about, right? Right? The same can be said of active listings, which is the stuff at the end of the month. Usually we're up about 9.2%, but this year we only got 2.5, so like 4 times difference, right? So this means most properties that are coming out onto the market are being absorbed and bought up by the buyers because there's nothing to choose from, and that's why the good properties that are ready to go are moving so quickly at potentially prices higher than a few months ago. And finally, despite how little stuff there is to buy right now, we still got more sales than last month. Silly if you actually ask me. Normally we get a 6% increase in sales from last month. This month we got 9.2%. Same story. No stuff to buy, and the stuff that's coming onto the market is being bought up really, really quickly because there's that much demand right now relative to supply. Yeah, as Taylor Swift would say, cray cray, right? Now let's wrap this with the historical data and some anecdotal stuff that I'm seeing on the ground. April new listings outside of the pandemic are again at 22-year low. It's wild. Nobody has to sell despite how high these rates are. Because again, I've been saying this since September. All the mortgages at the big banks, except for one, which is Scotiabank. So you're at TD, BMO, RBC, CIBC. It's all being backstopped by negative amortizations. So panic sellers, nah, the monthly mortgage payment hasn't changed. And we've already swung by the B lender renewal. Wild. So the active listings, meaning how many properties are available to buy at the end of the month, are also at historic lows since we've had this data. So to date, meaning nothing is lower than this active listing right now in April. Crazy, just cray cray. No words, man, no words. And finally, sales outside of the pandemic, it's also a 20-year low as well. This is because again, there's nothing to buy. I would think we probably would get more sales if we had more stuff to buy, right? It's just logical sense. So this is a very, 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 very strong spring market. I would say a bit above the normal seasonal norms, but it's probably just a regular spring market from the looks of it. It's stronger than normal because nobody is selling. Now, the real telltale sign if this is a trend is that if it continues into summer, because it'll start looking like a start of a bull run again if we see this stuff after spring, because it should be slowing down after spring. Again, I don't agree that this currently we're being right now, it's a start of a bull run, but we'll see at the end of the spring market because, like I've been always saying, 1 month doesn't make a trend, but a trend does start with 1 month, and we're now 2 months into spring market of what is strong and then stronger, but again, it's just a strong spring market, but does it have legs afterwards? That's what we're going to be finding out. Now, anecdotally, I've talked to my photographers and also my stagers just to see if they're bringing new inventory on the market. And they're like a little bit busier than March. So it could mean more listings are coming to the market. But is it enough to kind of quench the demand that we have right now? I personally don't think so. The demand seems to be increasing faster than the amount of supply we're getting. Now on the listing side, we marketing priced a townhome and had 77 showings in 5 days. Not like crazy 2017 or like March 2022, but it's still pretty high. Also, we did an entry-level condo town, had 25 showings in 4 days. So again, the buyers are definitely back, but when we were looking at the offers, I wouldn't say they were kind of like outrageously high or anything. They were all kind of like within a few $1,000s of one another and around where we thought the market would be, just a little bit high, right? But if inventory keeps staying this low and buyers keep losing on these properties, they get more aggressive with these bids, and then the FOMO starts kicking back in again, and that's not good. We're not quite there yet, and I hope we don't have to get there again because too much volatile swings is not good, but we'll see. Hopefully this gives you an idea of what's happening in the real estate market right now. And if you are looking for some help on how to navigate this real estate market, whether you're buying, selling, or investing, honestly, let's be real, not many investors are out there. So there's just many people, end users, buying their homes and selling their homes right now. And you want to work with somebody who understands the dynamics and whether it makes sense for you to make that move right now so we can deep dive into kind of your personal unique situation. You can book a call with me using the link right here. It's www.chatwithzen.com. Until next time, your move, your future. See ya! Now that I'm done watching this video, I think you should check out this video. And you know what? Why don't you check out this video too?